So I needed some real medicine for my foot. I burnt my foot. I was trying to start a fire, and I've done this a million times, but the box that I was lighting had plastic in it, and the molten plastic dripped down on my foot. So I put lavender on it right away. But I wanted to make something that, while I'm out this week, I'll have it with me, a medicine. And I wanted to put a little more impact in it. So what I did is I bought this jar, of course. And my ingredients are very simple. I don't have any shea butter. So one thing you can do if you don't have shea butter is get really cheap unscented chapstick, which is basically a mixture of wax and the shea type of material that would bond oil to the wax. And I used a little bit of that just to give it some pep. I added peppermint, tea tree oil, clove oil, lavender, a little bit of beeswax, because even though I don't have the shea butter, it will help it bond to this stuff. I used a half an ounce of beeswax, which is about $3. So unfortunately I have about $10 in this, but it's well worth it. It's going to be a good sealer for on a wound. Beeswax, the ancient Egyptians used to use as an antibiotic. They didn't know why it worked. They thought it was magical. The first antibiotics. This alone will work. Tea tree oil will work. The peppermint cools any kind of injury. Also repels insects, ticks. The tea tree oil is an amazing healer. The clove oil is just an all-around good antibacterial, antifungal. The lavender is a good all-around healer for heat and burns and things like that. And the coconut oil is an all-around antifungal too. All these oils basically have the same healing properties to them. Some of them are a little bit better in ways than others. Peppermint and lavender are very similar. Clove is kind of a hotter oil, but the peppermint is cold. Like, it actually is a cold burn, so that takes the heat out, and so does lavender. Tea tree is good for healing, and clove, like I said, good antifungal. Beeswax, great antibiotic, antifungal. The coconut oil is a good carrier oil and healer as well. Coconut oil will do anything. I think you can even, like, I don't know. They say it does everything, you know. Like, you look online and there's all these girls that are saying that coconut oil magically, like, cured this or cured that. Believe when I see it. And what you want to do, though, when you mix them, I put it in the heater and heated all the chemicals together until they melted. So I have to cool them very quickly. It's very, very hot to touch. So I put it in ice cold water, because if I let them cool at room temperature separately, it will actually, each oil will cool quicker. The beeswax will somewhat cool more towards the bottom and settle, and the oils will rise to the top, and they'll cool, but you won't get that consistency. So the faster you cool it, the better you'll get them to mix, as well as stirring them. So I have water with ice cubes. It's kind of the opposite of a double boiler, but it's the same kind of concept. A double boiler is to heat things up quicker without actually getting the water itself or the jar hot. This is to cool it without having to touch it, you know. So